All right, we are on to page number 3, and we are going to talk about conflicts now. There are 6 major conflicts that you will find in the story. The first one is person versus person. And the reason that I say person versus person is it can be male or female. So you could be fighting with your sister, brother, best friend. Okay, so it could be Miss Hildreth versus her dad. Which, don't get me wrong, we do get along. Our next one, number 2, person versus, if you don't have a problem with someone else, you have a problem with yourself. So it would be Miss Hildreth versus self. Maybe she's shy. I'm not shy, but maybe I get nervous about something. Okay. Person versus a machine. Okay. Machine could be a computer. It could be a robot. So, it could be, I'll put Miss Hildreth versus the computer because it can be a challenge sometimes. Person versus the unknown. Okay, this is a kind of a bigger, broader category. I would say that that possibly could be like if it was a disease like cancer or something that you find out, it can go along with self, I guess. It could be not knowing what is going to happen next in your life. Okay. Person versus supernatural. Okay, so like it could be Miss Hildreth versus some aliens or zombies. Okay. I know a lot of you watched or used to watch Walking Dead, so that would be zombies. And the last one is person versus nature. I love to read books about nature, and I read a book a couple summers ago that was called Wildlife, and the little boy has to, he goes out into South Dakota, open to the openness of South Dakota, and has to survive with him and this dog that he had found. So, I'm gonna put Miss Hildreth versus Woods, possibly. Okay, so if anybody doesn't have any questions about conflicts, and we'll talk about more about those, but I think we need to be able to identify them before we can see how that conflict plays a role in the plot of the story. All right, author's point of view. Blank is the perspective or angle from which the story is told. It is the point of view. Okay? And the narrator, which is number 2, is the person who tells the story. Okay? And it can be a character inside the story, which would be first person. And I gave you some clues like I, me, we, us, our. Okay. Number 4, blank is a person who is not part of the story. This narrator knows the thoughts and actions of 2 or more characters. This is third person, but it has another title to it. It has another little part to it, I should say, not title, which is omniscient. Okay, so if your narrator is outside the story and he's using pronouns like he, she, or they, and he talks about multiple characters, it would be a third person omniscient narrator. Okay, and number 5, last one on that page. Blank is the person who knows the thoughts of only one character other than himself or herself. That would still be third person, but we're limiting it because we have just one. Okay, so it's third person, limited, omniscient. Okay, So there's our next page of our literary elements. We're almost done, just a couple more pages. If at any time, like I remind you, stop, rewind, go back. And if you have any questions, please come see me, okay?